Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, the I Teach channel, and today we are going to continue our lesson with the week 2 MELC 1 of English 6. So, welcome everyone. Today I'm expecting you to have your module with you, notebook, paper, and ball pen, because later you are going to have some learning tests to do. Okay, so we are going to follow the same class rules. Take note that the last one that you should listen attentively, take down notes, and participate in the discussion. So are you ready, guys? Let's go. So this is our lesson for today. At the end of the lesson, you are expected to identify real or make-believe, fact or non-fact images, and illustrate real or make-believe, fact or non-fact images. You will also learn the purpose of each image. Are you guys ready? So, come on, let's go. Let's have first this learning task 1. You have to examine the 2 images below. In your notebook, write your answers to the questions that follow in the next slide. So take a look in the picture A and then with the picture B. Okay, so these are the things that you're going to answer. Look at the picture. Both images are picture of a girl, right? So we have here picture A. This is girl number 1, and then picture B, this is girl number 2. Question: which of these images can be considered real? All right. You can write your answer in the notebook. Which image is just a make-believe? Is it picture A or picture B? Why do you say so? You have to justify your answer. So in the question number 1, let us check your answer, guys. Which of these images can be considered real? So it is picture A. Which of the picture is considered as make-believe? Yes, it's picture B. And the last question, why do we say so? Of course, letter A, it shows the real picture or the physical appearance of a usual girl. But in letter B, this is just a product of imagination because there's no such thing that a superhero girl. And of course, all human beings cannot fly. Instead, we are using a parachute or any device, but no one can fly. Okay? Okay, so now let's go. We are going to continue our lesson. So what are images? The word image is what I had told you in the past lesson. This is a Latin word, which is imago, which refer to any item that depicts visual perception. We studied that already last time. And images really very important in our day-to-day living. Okay? So let's talk more about images. An image is a visual presentation of something. So we have the real image, that is number 1. It could happen in real life. Take note that it exists, okay, just like the examples below. So we have here a man working in a computer. Here is the picture of the school. Here is the picture of a goose. And we have the picture of the tree. We can consider these 4 images as real or realistic images, right? We have here the next one, which is the make-believe. If it is a make-believe, it is just your imagination. It is your imagination. It is not real, and it could never happen in real life. Okay, take a look at this example. We have here the starfish, and the starfish here has 2 eyes, 1 nose, and a mouth. Of course, this is not real. We have here the tooth, the toothpaste, and we have the tooth fairy. Okay, so this is not real because there is no such thing as a fairy flying up in the sky and brushing our teeth. Next one, we have the walking book. So this is not real. And also a dinosaur walking. Of course, this is not correct. I mean, this is not real. So now let's have the learning task 2. You are going to tell the kind of image of the following, letter A and letter B. Okay, write your answer in your notebook. All right, so let's answer letter A. Letter A is considered as make-believe. Yes, this is Prince Frog, so there is no such thing as this. So this is make-believe. This is just a product of the fiction story. Next one, we have letter B. This is make-believe. Take note, class, that make-believe images include editorial cartooning. Okay. Next one, we have letter C and letter D. Okay, write your answer in your notebook. All right, so letter C is make believe. Very nice. Okay, next one, letter D. What is your answer? Oh, great job. This is real image. Good. Very nice. Keep going. Then letter D. Oh, this is letter E. All right, of course. This is a real image because it is showing the real picture of the eye. All right, so I'm sure that you got perfect. So now let's move on. We are going to study this time the type of images and their purposes. So number 1 is a real image or real images. Real images are pictures which depict visuals or of objects or happenings that exist in real life. These are also known as fact images. The purpose of these images can be, number 1, to inform or to educate. Just like actual photos of animals, right? We are using that usually in books, and especially when the teachers are teaching. So they are using it. They're using those images as their instructional devices. All right, letter B, tell stories like in picture storybook. Okay, just like this. This picture is telling a story. Tells about the teacher before who is having a face-to-face classes with her students. Okay, so it tells stories. All right, or it can be a series of images and then it's telling the whole story. Next one, to entertain. Okay, so when you're having these images, usually these images are stolen photos with funny content. Oh, look at this dog. This is a picture of a real dog. And if you're going to look at it, you will really smile. It will make you happy. And also this one, the clown. These are stolen photos. Okay? And letter D, to persuade. When we say persuade, this encourages you to do something. Like the actual photos of burnt lungs of the smokers to encourage others to quit smoking. All right, so here we have a real picture of the cigarette and then, okay, it's breaking the cigarettes and then it says stop smoking now. So this is persuading us, encouraging us to do great thing, of course, to stop smoking. And this one, this is to persuade because it is encouraging us to buy hamburger from the Jollibee. All right. Next one, we have the make-believe. Make-believe images are pictures which illustrate something that is not real. Though these images may have fun, realistic features, but take note that they are just product of imagination, thus do not exist in real life. These are also known as non-fact images. These images can be used with the following purposes. Number 1, to entertain, like images on fantasy world and magical creatures. Oh, see, These are examples of magical creatures. We have here wizard, we have fairy. Okay, so these are just product of imagination. There's no such thing existing in real life like this. All right, next, to tell fiction stories like pictures of books of fairy tales. All right, so here are the examples. The magical stories, the pony tales, all right? So these are just examples of telling fiction stories. When you say fiction stories, these are not true. All right, next one, letter C, to persuade, like in some editorial cartoons, to express opinion through caricatures or visual symbols. All right, so here we have an example. We have the Supreme Court, workers' rights, so it is persuading us to believe in an opinion. But of course, we do not know if it is correct or not. And here, the 210,000 COVID deaths, all right? So these are trying to tell us or make us believe of this opinion. So it's persuading us for something, okay? Let's do the recap now. So what have you learned in our lesson today? Oh, wow, I feel pretty good because you had learned a lot. Of course, we learned about the images, the kinds, the real images, and the make-believe images. And what are the different purposes of real images? Of course, they have different purposes. Okay, the first one is to educate us for the real images, to educate us, to entertain, to tell stories. And for the make-believe, also, it is trying to tell us to entertain, to tell stories, but this one is fiction stories. And the next one is to persuade also. But they are using different kinds of images, although they have the same purpose, but the kind of images they're using are different. Okay, so what about the make-believe images? Okay, so I just already taught it. Said it. Okay, so now let's have the performance task number 2. So last week, we did the performance task number 1. So here, right now, you're going to write this in your notebook, and this is performance task number 2 for week 2. So you're going to illustrate a picture of a real image and a make-believe image. Then tell the purpose of each picture. So guys, you are going to draw only one picture for real image and then one picture for make-believe image. And then you are going to tell the purpose of each of each image, okay? All right, so here is the rubric for the illustrated image. Of course, the content. All right, if you want to get 3, the image strongly expresses the intended idea, whether fact or non-fact, hence easily identified. So you will get 3. Graphics and illustration enhance the message of the image. See, it must be great. The creativity, the image demonstrates a high level of creativity and originality. And of course, it must be neat, okay? All right, so in neatness, it's just the same, okay? It must demonstrate a high level of neatness and quality, because you are going to get there 5 points. 3 plus 3 plus 3, it's 9, plus 1, it's 10. So you will get 10 points for this performance task 1, okay? 2, okay? So now you're going to write your reflections to your notebook. Write your great learning in your English notebook or journal today. So that's it. You have to write whatever you learned today, okay? So I would like to thank the references of our lesson today. So these are all. Please read. Okay, so there you have it, guys. We just finished the lesson 2 of our MELC 1 in English. So I hope that you had learned something, and congratulations to all of you. You're all good. See you next time. Thank you. Goodbye.